or less for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities, and then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique the Prima go way back. Tap Smiley, making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the move. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique the Prima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. The show is called First Things First. And my first thing today, my first thing yesterday, and tomorrow, giving thanks and praises and asking for blessings from God. Asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. And let's go. Let's turn it up. You guys ready? We got things to do on this Freedman Friday. Well, if you are part of our KBLA delegation, you know that every Friday is Freedman Friday. We talk reparations. Today we're doing a double header, though, because the deadline for the governor to sign the reparations bills is Sunday. And so if he leaves them alone, they'll become law. But if he vetoes them, you know how that goes. So you can weigh in. We're going to hear different perspectives. We'll hear from Kevin Cosney in the 7 a.m. hour and hour 2. And the third hour, we will be hearing from Tiffany Quarles. So a nice balance there, and you'll get different perspectives so you can decide what letter or call, if you haven't decided already, you may want to make. And we're starting off the day. It's every other Friday. It's time for labor activist and KBLA contributor Sherri Bell. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How you doing this morning?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And, I kind of echo your prayer, you're saying it, like we need the blessings from the ancestors right about now in these crazy times. So yeah, keep them coming.
That's right. And that ties into the pledge that I make to be courageous, because our ancestors were certainly more courageous than we were, or at least my ancestors are more courageous than I am. Let me put it that way. So hopefully we can be bold and not be scared.
That's right.
But it is kind of scary.
Sorry.
I mean, look, I ain't no punk. I know you're not a punk. LA born and raised.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes, us that we, are outspoken, we pay attention to what's going on, and, we use our voice. It's like we don't have a choice but we can't be quiet. We can't sit back, unfortunately. So that's the good thing about, being in a community with people that are interested in learning more and taking action, like the listeners, out there today.
Yeah. Well, when I said it was scary, of course, I was thinking about I was thinking about Letitia James and what they
Mm-hmm.
are trying to do to her, what they
Right.
are doing to her. And by they, I mean the Department of Justice, but it's really doing the bidding of the president. He, of course, obviously, why it's obvious why he would be mad at Letitia James. She's the one, that won.
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
she's the one that kicked his butt, and
Right.
now clearly he's on a revenge tour.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually not legal. I think well, I'll find out when I talk to attorneys, but I think it's called malicious prosecution. You can't just go after someone because you're mad at them.
Right. And that's what we're seeing. I mean, that's what Trump does, right? When he can't win, he rigs things, he cheats, right? So when the former U.S. attorney refused to prosecute Letitia James because the allegations are baseless, he removed them and put some inexperienced former beauty pageant person in there with no experience, and the first thing they did, their first order of business was quickly to indict Letitia James and James Comey. But like, it's kind of crazy, like when you think about it, all ties in together with what we're seeing now with like the Texas seats, right? He's saying on TV that we're gonna pick up 5 extra seats in Texas by doing some gerrymandering. He's doing that because they're concerned that they can't win the fair way, right? So you got to rig things and cheat in order to get ahead. And he's using his political resources to target Democratic only cities,
Yeah.
starting with black mayors. His crime is nationwide, in other big cities, but it's
And crime is down nationwide,
correct.
right?
Yeah. So it's all tied together.
It is tied together. And I mean, the thing about it is the top of the list seems to be the black people.
That's why you gotta stand with black women. See my t-shirt right
I
here?
see. Yes, I
Yeah.
stand with black women.
That's
Yeah.
right, because we are under attack. When you think about the fact that his first order of business was, number one, to dismantle DEI, right? And then secondly, when you look at the statistics, over 315 black women have lost their jobs since the beginning of the year.
300, yeah, 15,000.
I'm sorry, what did I say?
315, but it's,
million.
but
Yeah,
it's
1,000.
12 in the morning right now. The fact that you're up and talking is a victory unto itself. But yeah, no, but it's crazy that we are, black women are the ones that are losing jobs. It's not surprising to me. I knew that was going to happen. I know who's in those DEI jobs. That dumb talking point that, it only benefits white women is just wrong. And we're seeing that play out. But the thing that I love Letitia James because she's just like, I ain't scared. I mean, that's my summary of what she said.
And you know what else she said? She said she believes in her faith and no weapon formed against her shall prosper.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So I think she'll be all right.
Well, I sure hope so. But it's, you're right. He'll keep shopping for another U.S. attorney until he finds one that'll bring the charges, knowing that it's not ethical. And really, what they charged her with was mortgage fraud, because they're saying she claimed this house she bought was her primary residence, but it wasn't. But the thing about it is, there's all this paperwork where she says it's not her primary residence.
And caps. This is not my primary residence.
Right. But then there's one piece of paper where someone, who probably wasn't even her, it was probably some loan officer or assistant, checks primary residence on one piece of paper, clearly an error, and they want to prosecute her for that. And one real estate expert that I read was saying that if you went through the Trump administration and their holdings, you could probably bring that charge against everyone in the administration, because it's a common error. You check some erroneous box, and even though every other bit of your paperwork says the right thing, if you want to, go through with a fine-tooth comb, you can probably indict just about anybody.
And that underscores their tactics, right? Because they couldn't find anything else. And it was ironically the same strategy used to target Marilyn Mosby.
Right.
The mortgage process, which is, like you mentioned, a common thing that, people might make mistakes or like a lot of people do the same thing, but you're gonna be, but when you're looking for something, you're gonna try to find it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's really like using. He claims he's a victim of a witch hunt, right? All the
so with his
time.
34 felonies, with getting away with all the things he's gotten away with. I mean, starting with the ripoff of people through the so-called Trump University, where he was going to teach folks how to be rich, but he really just took their money. When that was right at the beginning of his first term, when that was playing out, I just knew that was going to impact the presidency. Nope.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he has a track record of not caring about workers or workers' rights.
Yeah.
And so when you think about all the people who are getting laid off, all the people whose wages are being withheld during the shutdown, and him threatening not to pay them, even though he said previously that he, that wouldn't be fair to withhold payment, or he even said previously that it would be the president's fault for the shutdown, that their job is to bring people together. So his credibility is constantly undermined. But he's just one of them. He's just one person in power with this ideology. There's a whole movement of behind him that props up these ideals. We're just seeing it in a way that is at its worst. However, I do think this shutdown will start to ring alarm bells in the GOP. I mean, when Marjorie Taylor Greene starts to sound like she has some sense, something's afoot here. That's people are waking up.
I hope so. I mean, or even if they're waking up selectively on certain issues, because it creates space for people that think that way to have a different opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a person within the MAGA base who says, actually, yeah, I don't want my health insurance premiums to go up. I don't want my health insurance premiums for my adult children to go up.
Right.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. And somebody I'm trying to remember who it was. Someone made a really great point, which is that it's not just Obamacare. Oh, it was a doctor friend of mine that I was talking to off the air who said, if the Obamacare subsidies go away and the lowest level of health insurance premiums climb, all of the health insurance is going up. You don't even have to be on Obamacare. You can be on the most Cadillac plan in the world. And it's going up because when the bottom goes up, the whole structure.
Right.
And so Americans are not going to like that. Tanya's in the chat saying he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, so he'll be even more grumpy and spiteful today. And that's true. The White House is already accusing the Nobel Committee of playing politics. How do you think you getting the Nobel Peace Prize when you got all these wars going on?
And you're a liar and a cheat.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just trying to be Obama. He just wants something. And, unfortunately, the people who decide who gets the Nobel Peace Prize are not in his pocket and don't work for him.
Right. But let's see. Watch him take revenge on Norway. you know?
Trying to say something about them being crooked or rigged or something, right?
I mean, but yeah, I'm sure. But the thing is, you don't get to just say, I want a Nobel Peace Prize. And then you have made things worse in Ukraine, made things worse in Gaza, even though supposedly there's a peace deal now. We'll see, how that goes. I mean,
it's not him, probably. No credit to him. But check it out. How you want peace and you talk about turning the Trump Gaza Strip and exiling a whole ethnicity of people into oblivion? That don't sound pretty peaceful to me.
Yeah, well, seeing on BBC here, the Palestinians are starting to go back. They got pictures back to the north. But it is true that on yesterday, after they signed the deal, they dropped a few more bombs. And then we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, because you're right. Jared Kushner was saying prime real estate, is on the Gaza Strip. And he was one of the people that made the deal. He was one of the architects of that deal.
There
So
you go.
I'm looking for that fine print. But if, it results in anybody not starving, any Palestinians not starving and being able to go home. Well, there's no really home to go to, but go back to their lands, then that would be a good thing. I'm interested to see what the Netanyahu administration does after they get those hostages back.
Like, is it going to start up again?
Are they just going to start? Let's
what would be the
kill
excuse
everybody
then,
else.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Warmonger.
Well, but so far, no Nobel Peace Prize. You're right. 800-920-1580 if you want to weigh in. Sherri Bell and Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now, man, there's so much going on in America right now, and in California for sure. So, but I feel like that Letitia James thing just feels bigger than just her.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It's casting a shadow on America. It's meant to scare all of us. And I just love the way she talks. She's like so intentional. She's going to take her time and just, make them look like fool. But what happens if they end up, getting a Trump judge and, a Trump jury, maybe? I mean, what happens if they somehow manage to jail her, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the worst case scenario, right? Yeah, I mean, I think that like that could come back to haunt them at some point. I heard it got a good point about like when like the U.S. attorney, if they get caught up in some scandal, they could face they could face criminal liability later on down the line. But yeah, it is scary to think that you're it's funny. It's not funny, but it's sad or very concerning that you're outwardly just telling everybody what you're gonna do. Like I'm gonna go after my enemies, or telling, just being very transparent about how you're using these agencies that are intended to go after real issues, right? And
Yeah.
using their resources to fight real crime and violations, and you're instead wasting resources, just like he did with ICE in LA. Like, all that money that the federal government uses to advance this bogus agenda. Don't ever tell me that you can't find money to help people in this country when you can use resources to just do nothing. It was just
to
nothing.
waste money terrorizing people is really what it is.
Against our own people. Yeah, using our enforcement agencies and our military against its own people, like we're in a civil war or something like that.
Well, I'm a believer that the Civil War moved into a Cold War phase after they shut down the Reconstruction efforts, closed the Freedmen's Bureau, and we've been in a Cold War, Civil War ever since. That's what I think. Maybe it's heating up again, but I kind of doubt it, because I just don't think that those January 6th people are really ready to fight us. I know they got a lot of guns and stuff, but I just don't think. I think they're too plump and comfortable. Anyway, I could be wrong. A small bright spot. The workers that Elon Musk ripped off, he said he was going to give them severance. Well, some of them, the ones that sued. These are top executives, not the rank and file workers.
Right.
But still, they're going to get their severance pay. It's $128 million, which is not even a drop in the bucket for Musk, one of the world's richest men.
Yeah.
Now, could we get the rank and file workers? Can they get their checks?
I mean, that would be great. I mean, it goes to show that how the connection between Musk and Trump, they are like birds of a feather flock together, right? They, like I mentioned earlier, they don't care about workers' rights. They don't care about addressing discrimination. And so what Musk did in this scenario essentially was that, again, he knew he was going to potentially lose. So he rigged things by firing them before they were going to get a big payout from a stupid move that he chose to buy Twitter, and then he couldn't back out. Right. So he tried to back out, but he couldn't. And so he knew he was going to be on the hook for paying these large returns on their stock options. So he just fired them before they were going to get paid out. And they sued and they won. But it goes to show to the characters, like, you are a bad
bad actor. But what we're talking about here is the chief legal officer, the former general counsel, the CFO,
right.
So that means you have to have deep enough pockets to sue that
fight.
Joker to get your money.
Right.
We know what they did in Africa with Twitter. They bailed and shut down the whole office and left a whole bunch of workers not even getting their last checks. And they've done that to a lot of Bay Area workers as well. I'm glad these guys won, even though they are probably also millionaires. But still, give me my money.
Right. No, yeah, I'm glad they had some kind of victory. And it also makes him look bad too. Like, you had to settle a lawsuit against people that you fired wrongfully.
Your fellow tech bros.
Right. There was enough there for you to, consider that if I move forward, I probably will lose. So let me just resolve
I hope
this.
that people look at it also like this. Like, if he would do that to his fellow tech bro, fellow rich dude, what will he do to you?
That's what I'm saying.
There's no honor among thieves. What do you think they're going to do to you if you're the mark?
I mean, on one part, I'm happy that his companies do create jobs domestically. However, if he can get away with having nobody work those jobs and just have machines do it, he would rather do that, because it it's been demonstrated that he doesn't care about the human. He doesn't care about the worker.
I'm glad they create jobs too, Sherri, but he got sued by the California Attorney General for racial discrimination.
I know.
I mean, jobs, but why do they have a section in the factory called the plantation where they force the black workers to go?
That was the other part. The caveat is that
right.
When you think about, this should be a wake-up call for like people who think, when you think about Donald Trump or you think about Elon Musk, these rich and powerful people, and you think about workers' rights, there's no effort on either of their part to uplift and uphold workers' rights. He a union buster.
I wonder if these, it's time for news, traffic, and sports,
Okay.
but maybe you can answer this after.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if some of these white union members that endorsed him are having buyer's remorse. I wonder if they're having buyer's remorse now because he's come so hard for unions and for workers' rights.
Mm-hmm.
News, traffic, and sports, and we'll see what Sherri says. We'll take your phone calls, 800-920-1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger opposes California's Prop 50, warning voters to not let politics.
So now they want more power to create more chaos and more negativity in California. So I just said, no, let's stop it right here.
He says Democrats want to pause the Independent Redistricting Commission to gain an edge, calling it two wrongs don't make a right. President Trump is calling for the arrest of Chicago's Black Mayor Brandon Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, accusing them of failing to protect ICE agents. Johnson says he's not going anywhere, while Pritzker fired back, calling Trump a wannabe dictator. And Ghana's President John Mahama urged the UN to back reparations for slavery, calling it the greatest crime against humanity, and pushing for global recognition, restitution, and justice for African descendants. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Celebrating 100 years, Mount St. Mary's University LA is dedicated to moving your life and career forward. Earn your undergraduate or graduate degree and become unstoppable. Find out how at msmu.edu.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers are back in the National League Championship Series for the 17th time in franchise history and the 6th time with manager Dave Roberts, the only African-American manager in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers scored on an error in the 11th inning to beat Philadelphia 2-1 and win the best-of-5 series. The Dodgers will play Milwaukee or the Chicago Cubs in the NLCS, which begins Monday. Milwaukee and the Cubs have a decisive Game 5 Saturday in Milwaukee. For the first time in LeBron's 23-year career in the NBA, he will miss a regular season opener. The 40-year-old LeBron has inflammation in the sciatica nerve, a nerve that stretches from the lower back to the legs and feet. LeBron will be out at least 3 to 4 weeks. He will miss the Lakers' regular season opener October 21st against Golden State. The Lakers have played 134 games without LeBron, winning only 41% of those games. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Protect yourself from Medicare card scams. Scammers may call, email, or even knock on your door claiming they need your Medicare info, asking for money or threatening to cancel your benefits. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. Remember, Medicare doesn't need to verify your information. They already have it. Medicare won't charge you for a new card and will never threaten to cancel benefits. Check your Medicare statements for suspicious charges and report scams to the California Senior Medicare Patrol at 1-855-613-7080. We're here to help.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Do you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is letting everyone know about great debt relief options now available to help people with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of your credit card debt. Get a free debt relief consultation when you call 800-259-9922. 800-259-9922. That's 800-259-9922.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed, man. Me and Sherri got a lot on our plate today, but you see this. We haven't talked about it, even though you would think it would be a bigger story, but I just don't know that it is. In a sense, this guy. You know what? Okay, this guy was arrested for starting the Palisades fire.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I say it's not a bigger story is because that was the small fire that the fire department supposedly put out.
I didn't even realize that, yeah.
But they didn't put it all the way out.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's a big story in the sense that they arrested somebody, but that now it's making people say, well, why didn't you guys put the fire all the way out? Were you not thorough about it?
Right. Yeah, it was apparently smoldering underground for like a week, and
I didn't know it could smolder underground.
I had no idea
long.
either. I'm like, man, we got some, good investigative work being done on that, and yeah. So I think what I'm thinking now is that how will this change the narrative that's been going on?
I don't see it changing. Do you?
I mean, I think it will, because I think that people have placed blame on Karen Bass being irresponsible and going to Ghana and letting the city burn down because she was neglectful of addressing equipment issues and not having enough trucks and all this stuff. But it's kind of like, okay, now the focus is going to, wow, there was that stuff was maybe involved in the responsiveness perhaps, but she didn't cause the fire. I think that's what the narrative is going to change. Like, the people were treating her as if she started the fire herself, know?
To me, those those other Karens that are not the mayor are gonna, if that's their narrative, they're gonna keep saying it. They don't care about facts. Jonathan Rinderknecht is his name. He's an Uber driver who used to live in the Palisades. And clearly he was some kind of arsonist weirdo, but according to what they're reporting. He left and then came back and pretended to help the firefighters, like, it's given cable guy vibes.
But check it out though. You if anybody out there listen, ever like look up hashtag Florida man.
Yes.
You see all these crazy stories.
I love Florida man stories.
Okay, well, he's a Florida man, right? So he came from Florida here, and now he back in Florida.
And they took him into custody in Florida. You're
right. So, they be doing some wild stuff.
So we can close the borders to Florida, man. Is that what
why nobody out there with no ICE, patrol? Because Florida, they got a whole hashtag about how crazy that
Yeah, I
state
wonder
is.
if you're right. I mean, maybe some people will say, okay, there's all these other factors,
Mhm.
but really it's the fire department's job to put out a fire. And if I'm the mayor of the city and I know that the fire department went to that scene, I'm going to assume that they put out the fire.
Right. I bet he probably feel like, dang, I thought the fire was put out. Now I'm being blamed for it. But I mean, wasn't that under the direction of Kristen Crowley?
Yes.
See, so she was the chief at that time. And for whatever reason, it looked like they put out a memo in March, like basically knowing about this in March, saying like basically make sure the fires are fully extinguished, et cetera, et cetera. So they've been knowing about the cause of the Palisades fire, but they have not told the public.
Yeah, I've seen it mentioned down at the bottom of news stories. But you're right, it hasn't been a big deal in the news.
No.
But the thing about it, that's why Chief Crowley didn't want to do the after report that the mayor asked her to do. She refused to do, and she lost her job, and then said, wah, wah, wah. Well, you know what? Wah, 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 this. If my boss asked me for an after report, guess who's writing a doggone after report? That's why you get a check. You might not like it.
Yeah.
Well, the state is doing a report. Yeah, but the state is not the fire chief of Los Angeles.
Right.
You are.
And I'm wondering how this is going to affect Crowley's lawsuit against the mayor for defamation, because she has a lawsuit pinned like in motion right now. And so this coming out, I don't think it's going to help her. But
well, yeah, that's a good point. Hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, I don't know if she wins that. It's got to be an all whiny jury, because you refused to do an after report. You didn't position the trucks that you did have. Like, yes, they needed more equipment. They still do. We need more fire trucks, but you didn't use the stuff you did have.
Right.
And you sent people home that could have been kept on duty. Like, that is not the fault of the mayor. That's your call as fire chief.
Look, if Kendrick can win the defamation suit, so can Karen Bass.
Well, okay, you consider that a win?
But I mean,
or just a loss for Drake.
A lawsuit. It was against a record label, but
Yeah.
I mean, maybe defamation suits are harder to prove, but
very hard to prove. But there was more to it than just defamation.
Insubordination.
Yeah, he loses. But I mean, he was accusing them of manipulating the numbers too.
Oh, that too. Oh, yeah, yeah. But I do want to say this though, in relation to the Pali fire story. People better beware of how they be using that Chat GPT though, because the gentleman got, one of the reasons why he got caught was because he was looking up things in Chat GPT. And so Chat GPT works in like Ring cameras. They work in cooperation with law enforcement.
Yeah, Chat GPT is a snitch. I saw a great article about that the other day. I mean, people get busted for their Google searches before AI, but with Chat GPT, they've said explicitly that they cooperate with law enforcement. And whereas at least the Alphabet company and stuff kind of said, well, they used to say, well, we're not turning over your info without a warrant. Chat GPT just like, here, have at it.
Yeah,
we're George Zimmerman, we want to be cops.
Right. Right.
Let's go to Dwight calling us from the city of Compton. Morning, Dwight.
Good morning, Dominique. Good morning, Sherri. It's always a pleasure seeing Sherri on the show. And good morning, Miles, Tavis, everyone there at KBLA. Thank you, Dominique, for giving us inspiration and giving us information and keeping us informed. I did what you suggested. I went to gov.ca.gov and asked Governor Newsom to not pass that AB 715, because if we can speak out against America, we should be able to speak out against any other country what they're doing. I mean, it's true that Hamas attacked Israel and they killed 1,200 people, but they've killed over 60,000 people, innocent people that had nothing to do with the attack. So I just want to ask one thing I thought of, Dominique. Every protest, let's carry American flags. Let's carry big American flags, small ones. So when these ICE agents are shooting rubber bullets at us or throwing us to the ground, the news can see who they're attacking. They might be having flashbacks that they are occupying some foreign country protest or something. They are attacking American people. So every protest, whether it's BLM, whether it's anti-ICE or No Kings, carry American flags with you. So to remind these military people who they're attacking, the American people. And I think they forget sometimes, throwing women to the ground, throwing our senators to the ground, arresting your brother. And I marched on a king for your brother when he was running for mayor, Dominique. So shout out to your dad. Happy heavenly birthday to your dad. And welcome back, Dominique, from your much-deserved rest, because you got to take care of yourself so we can have you on the air, Dominique. So take care of yourself every now and then. Take your little break. And we'll get by. We'll make it back. But we love you, Dominique. We love you, Sherri. We love KBLA. And we follow your suggestions, Dominique. Sometimes I feel like I'm preaching to people with their hands over the ears because I'm criticizing the Republicans all the time. But we could just use common sense. He's arrested. One of the mayors arrested. One of our governors arrested. And while he's a criminal himself, we should tell every time you say Donald Trump, they say the convicted felon, domestic terrorist President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for the 6 Supreme Court justices, the Landis trials and the federal judge in Florida, the Landis trials.
Don't forget Merrick Garland. Don't forget Merrick Garland dragging his feet and slow walking all those cases.
Yeah, I mean, and President Obama tried to be nice and pick a nice person for the Supreme Court, and Mitch McConnell still wouldn't let him appoint somebody. So pick a radical.
Yeah.
Don't try to be nice. Tell the truth. And shame the devil. So
Absolutely,
I know it's required. But Dominique, I love your show. I'm gonna give some room for somebody else to call in, and I just love you and keep giving us information and inspiration, Dominique. And thank KBLA for being on the air. Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you, Dwight. It's always good to hear from you. And when we come forward, we're going to talk about Prop 50. They got a huge donation. So far, the anti-Prop 50 people had been raising more money, these giant donations, but billionaire Tom Steyer put $12 million in the pot. I don't know if you've weighed in fully on Prop 50, but it's coming up. Man, that election's going to be upon us.
Yeah, I would like to weigh in on Prop 50.
Yeah, find out what Sherri says about it when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Donald Trump has all but declared war on California, sending in the National Guard, blocking disaster relief, and cutting funds to our colleges. And now, he and Texas Republicans are trying to rig the next election by stealing congressional seats from black voters in states like Texas.
They want to rig these elections, and they want the power that gerrymandering provides.
Seriously, look it up. But Prop 50 is how we fight back. It gives Californians the power to fight fire with fire and beat Trump at his own game. Prop 50 creates temporary emergency congressional maps that level the playing field and protect the power of black votes. Not just in California, but across the country. Your vote matters, and the whole country is counting on California to lead. So use your vote to protect our power, our history, and our future. Vote yes on Prop 50 by November 4. Ad paid for by Yes on 50, the Election Rigging Response Act, Governor Newsom's Ballot Measure Committee, Ad Committee's top funders, HMP for Prop 50, and Fund for Policy Reform.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? Didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
So we are going to be voting on Prop 50. Some cities and counties will have other things on the ballot. The main and only statewide thing is Prop 50.
Right.
Where are you? Are you yes, no, maybe so?
I'm yes on Prop 50.
Same.
I want everybody to join me and some other powerful Black-led nonprofits and C4s and community all-stars on Saturday, October 25th in Lamert Plaza Park, right here where Moesha was filmed. We're going to have a rally, and we're going to get people riled up, and we're going to do 2 hours of door knocking in the community to get Black voters out to the polls, because a lot of people might not come out for this special election, but we want to make sure we do our part, because we know that since the beginning of the year, the Trump administration has done everything they could to dismantle DEI. 315,000 Black people have lost their jobs. We are in a shutdown. Healthcare is being threatened and undermined. SNAP benefits are being impacted. This big, beautiful bill is passed. So basically, in a nutshell, Congress passes the laws for the United States of America, right? So Trump, like many things he do, he just openly says what he's going to do. That's immoral and illegal and unethical. So he said, hey, we're going to pick up 5 extra seats in Texas, meaning that they're going to gerrymander, redraw districts to pick up additional seats so it could be easier for them to pass these jacked up laws that they've been passing, right? So California, we're a big state too. And so although we have an independent redistricting process, we're calling for people to vote to temporarily pause that till 2030, only 5 years, and they'll revert back to what they are, because we need those extra seats to try to balance things out, right? If we sit back and do nothing with our hands tied behind our back, it's going to be easier for Trump to continue to pass these laws that are detrimental, not only to Black Americans, but all Americans. So that's why we want you to vote yes on 50, because this proposition will help level the playing field and make it more difficult for them to pass laws, because like we've been saying, the common thread, the through line is that when they can't win, they cheat.
Yeah.
So we got to stop that.
Well, and also, I've said this before, if he's allowed to do this, they're going to have a permanent majority, possibly in the House of Representatives, that could last beyond the Trump administration. If we don't do anything and they just pick up seats and we let them do it unchallenged, he could have a permanent monarchy. Basically, you got the Senate, the House, the judicial, and the executive branch. There's no check and there ain't no balance.
Right. So he already using the military against his own people.
Right.
We in a government shutdown. So if you want more of that, then don't vote yes on 50. But if you want to put a stop to that and do what you can, vote yes on 50, because that's the only way that we can try to do what we can. I don't care if you live in a red county, if you live up north, whatever, if you voted for him before, think about your family, think about the inflation and the high cost of living. Do you want more laws that are going to detrimentally impact your bottom line? And the answer is no. So make sure to vote yes on 50 on November 4th. Yes on 50. And join us on October 25th on Saturday for a great community rally in the heart of Lamert Park, Crenshaw District. We're going to hit the doors and get everybody amped up.
What time?
I'm sorry, I didn't say the time. 9:30 a.m. Come through. We gonna the rally starts at 10. We're gonna get a brief training, and we're gonna be out of there hitting the doors from 11:30 to 1:30. And we hope that you join us because it's a good activity, is civic engagement.
Get a
right?
few steps in,
Get
meet
a
a
few
few other
steps
progressive.
in.
Then after that, you can head over to the Left Coast Forum because that's, the day of KBLA and the LA Progressives big event at Trade Tech.
Nice.
We're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 7, though, so you could actually do both.
That's what's up. I love that. And yeah, I mean, you just go there have just got through doing some civic engagement to go get uplifted with some more knowledge and whatnot. So do both. And and I also want to give a shout out to LA Black Worker Center member Ladea Epps. She was a big help on our campaign with Metro on the Crenshaw line, and so I just wanted to shout her out, and everybody else out there listening who know me. I love you, appreciate you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you do have a lot of fans, which is dope. I love that. I love that for us. So Steyer's in for $12 million to support Prop 50, and Charles Munger Jr. had already given $32 million to the oppositions, saying that taking the so-called high road argument that we shouldn't be redistricting, we shouldn't be gerrymandering at all, we shouldn't be redistricting in the middle of the decade. So battle of the rich people as far as the donations, but that 12 million is going to boost Prop 50 somewhat. The anti-50 is mostly Republican Party, and they have deep pockets, and they don't have a lot of clout in the state in the legislature, so they're going to let their dollars do the talking.
They have let that, and don't be fooled by these ads, y'all, on YouTube with these people and these people of color talking about this money could be used, blah, blah, blah. Just remember what this is really about. It all started with Donald Trump saying on TV he gonna gerrymander and pick up 5 seats in Texas and try to rig the midterm elections to get control of all branches of government. It's not about nothing else. It ain't about Gavin Newsom. It's not about taking away the power of the people. It's actually giving power to the people, because if we don't do nothing, he's going to have all the power and we're going to continue to be screwed. Remember, we're in a shutdown.
Yeah. Tick, tick, tick. Look, if you go to the airport, you're going to remember, because you're going to be delayed. And I don't feel safe flying when the air traffic controllers are mad and calling in sick.
They calling in sick. I mean, I ain't getting paid.
What, wouldn't you? Let's go to Paul calling us from LA. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, ladies. How you two doing today?
Bless.
Doing well, thank you.
Awesome. Sherri, Crenshaw and Dorsey played the other day. Just wanted to, give a shout out to that game.
Man,
and,
I'm so mad. I miss mustard, man. D-House.
You preaching, but just wanted to say, we showed up, but we want to make sure that we let them know we need the Dorsey Don alumni to start showing up too, because we coming back for our city.
Got you. Yeah, I definitely would be at the next one. I wish I would have went, but I'm always repping the D-House.
Much respect.
Yeah,
much
her
respect,
bio says your friendly neighborhood Dorsey Don on it. I love that.
They say you just can't hide that Dorsey pride.
For sure. But the conversation you guys are having, I don't know if I can make this like just my view on it and just more over just clear of what this is. Like, I've always reiterate that we're in a class war.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ramifications and the issues of the Reaganomics and how that really has hurt the country overall in the working class. And what happens is, even to this point, like, we are in a two-party system, right? But I would even argue that even the Democratic Party, the establishment itself, is really illiberal, right? Like, but the people, the voters, have a say-so on this. You're talking about the Prop 50 that's coming up and everything. Why are all those people investing those money? Because the oligarchs, the wealthy, right? They want to make sure that they have in place the opportunity to what? Grab more wealth for themselves. And there was a report recently, basically, that the top 1% has reached a record of $52 trillion. So keep it simple, everybody. Why do they want people not to vote? Why do they want the redistricting? Why do they want to make sure that they keep the House? Who surrounds Donald Trump? the riches of the rich. And the idea that I need people to really understand is what's paying for all of this is your health care, is your social safety net that you need to live on. So people that think that they can run on the side of, it's just different of opinion or it's free speech. No, they don't care about you. What they really want you to do is not to vote. And I'll end it with this. As a voting base of Black people, we understand how essential it is when we push against social injustices, we push against the wrongs and everything, and especially the working class, because we understand how the economy works. So I implore people to not fall for the propaganda and the things, because those billionaires and those millionaires don't care about you regardless of the color of their skin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Appreciate you. Man almighty. So we only have a minute. Time flies when you're on the radio, Sherri. What do you want to use the minute for?
I just want to say that everybody out there listening, just remember that you can make a difference in all of this. Whatever you're doing, going to the voting polls, talking to somebody, sharing your voice. You know, we're not powerless in these situations that we see on the media every day. So I just want everybody to stay encouraged. And, you know, hopefully you could join us on Saturday, October 25th at 9:30 in Leimert Park.
Yeah, Leimert Park, and then march yourself downtown for the Left Coast Forum. Tavis will be there. I'll be there. Dr. Cornell West will be there. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a progressive good time.
That's what's up.
And it sounds like the door knocking, that's always a progressive good time. You make new friends.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I mean, sometimes people not really gonna vote, but they could call you. You know, you cause them to do that. You know,
Yeah, right. You changed the mind.
Yeah.
You got one more ballot in the mix, and that's a good thing. Sherri Bell, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
always
me,
great to
Dominique.
see you.
Same here.
Stand with Black women is right. That's what we do around here. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Former Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger opposes California's Prop 50, warning voters to not let politicians redraw congressional maps.
So now they want more power to create more chaos and more negativity in California. So I just said, no, let's stop it right here.
He says Democrats want to pause the Independent Redistricting Commission to gain an edge, calling it two wrongs don't make a right. President Trump is calling for the arrest of Chicago's Black Mayor Brandon Johnson and Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, accusing them of failing to protect ICE agents. Johnson says he's not going anywhere, while Pritzker fired back, calling Trump